How many times in your RV life have you found yourself here? You're right in the middle of watching TV. Maybe you're enjoying the air conditioning and doom, no power. Well, we found ourselves in the same place. And what we found is when I started going through this, we have a Fleetwood Southwind, a 2002, so we've been remodeling, if you guys have seen. So I felt the actual panel box here, so let me show you what it looks like. So this is our panel box for our Fleetwood Southwind. So obviously it doesn't look like this starting out. It looks like more like that. So I took this panel off, 2 screws, real simple. And what I found is a couple things could be happening here. So I'm not an electrician. I've worked with electricity for a while, but not an electrician. So what I did find is that a couple of these connections were loose. So you're in an RV, you're bouncing down the highway for 10 plus years. So wouldn't be, I guess, abnormal for things to get loose. These things are usually tightened down pretty good, but you guys know how that goes. So I did find that some of these were, 1 or 2 of these was loose. But what I also found, even after tightening it up, is that the very top one, which has already been pulled out here, these are type QT, see if I can get you a shot there, these are type QT circuit breakers, and this guy fits in, basically has a little lip on the side there. You can see the top, that's the lip, and that kind of slides under, and then a blade goes in right there. So if you see that, goes in, slides under, and then it pops in, and then your 2 wires that go in there. So I've already pulled these guys out. But anyway, what I found was this, and it's been out for 5 minutes now, it was warm. And usually you would expect heat when you've got a loose connection here, basically. And that was even after I had tightened it, it still felt hot. And the other thing we noticed was the actual amount of current going through this guy. It's a 30 amp service on this RV, and what we found was this thing would trip even probably at about 18. We haven't measured it, but we just counted up, turned everything off, and literally counted up the current used by each appliance. And it's a rough guesstimate, but it was when basically we had air conditioning running, which we have one air conditioning that uses about, I guess I could talk to you. One air conditioning uses about 10, 11 amps, and another one uses about 15. So even when we were using the 10, 11 amp plus a fan, which is right there, which uses 0.55 amps, and then I think another fan up front which uses 0.50, this thing kept tripping. So I was like, well, let me take a look here. So what I'm gonna do today, if you guys can see that, I ordered the new breaker as soon as I can find it. New breaker, where are you? Oh, I'm sitting on it. So I ordered this guy, the replacement. Can you tell I'm still remodeling, still painting? So I ordered a replacement breaker for this one. And obviously, you wanna make sure all your power's cut off. I go and unplug from the pole. So this is the old one on the left. And there's the new one. So this was on Amazon. Can't remember exactly. I'll post a link if you guys have a similar model or have a similar type breaker and need to replace it. But I think it was about 10 to 15 bucks, but I could be wrong. It's a 30-20. So all I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to screw these guys. So it comes with, circuit breakers come with screws already in there, so it's gonna be faced like this. So I'm gonna screw one in there and one in there, and we're gonna see if that fixes the problem. I'm gonna guess it will, but we'll see. All right, so we've got both, it's hard to see in there, but we've got both wires in. So now we're gonna slide it. I'll get a light so you guys can see. Most of these are very similar. So you see there's a lip under there. Yeah, see there's a little lip right there. And I'm gonna slide this guy, so he's got a lip right there. It's gonna slide under. I got my little helper back here. Can you say hi?
Hi.
slide under. He's discussing going. My son is discussing. We have a deal. If he goes poop, he gets that kite. So we're working on it right now.
And a hook.
Yep, it's got a hook too.
It's gonna hook me in what goes like you see me.
Exactly. That's fun, bud.
And these are boats.
His boat. Alright, so we're going under the lip. And sorry, kind of shaky, but under the lip and in there. There's a better shot. Well, kind of.
Under the lip is the.
So make sure the connections are still tight. I can't pull it out of there. So that's why you always check over your work, because even after I tightened down on that thing, it still wasn't quite tight enough. So you don't want to over tighten it, but you definitely want to make sure it doesn't pull out of there and it stays really tight. So we're good now. They're tight in there. Got everything shut off, so now I'm gonna go give it a test.
I got the power.
The power?
Yeah.
What? You got the power?
Yeah.
Whoa, you must be strong.
Uh-oh.
Power's on. So yeah, it's always funny. Even on the simplest of tasks, I'm always nervous right before I do something like this. But anyway, just turned the power on, and first thing I notice is I don't hear any noise. Before I actually heard noise in there, which that was even after I tightened everything down. So I've never heard a breaker make noise. But again, I'm not an electrician. I haven't been working on electricity. I've been around electricity most of my life, but not actively working on it. But the good news is I don't hear any noise. This breaker, I think it was tripped so many times, maybe in the last 10 years. You guys that RV know that it's often, especially in a 30 amp service, that you'll trip these guys. So maybe it's possible this guy just wore out. So we're gonna look at it overnight and see what happens. So our first test is complete. We are running our air conditioning and
breaking rules.
What?
You're in my kitchen space.
You have kitchen space?
A very tiny kitchen space, and the rule is that you're not allowed anywhere in the zone.
Can I finish my video?
Can I finish making dinner?
Can I stand over here and finish my video?
No? Go stand in the.
So the good news is
stand in the shower.
My wife was able to use our convection oven / microwave as well as one air conditioning on. Before I replaced that breaker, that would not happen. So we've got one check off the list.
You still would be getting in trouble.
But I still would be getting in trouble. Soon we're going to air an episode of Cooking with Abigail. We have to name it though, right?
Oh, you want to know what I'm making?
Yeah, let's hear it.
They're all mostly 21-day fix approved, but husband approved for sure. Brussels sprouts with bacon, real bacon, and I'm making a balsamic. Wait, I'm making a balsamic glaze tomatoes and sun-dried tomato chicken sausage.
Tasty.
It's gonna look better in a minute. And butternut squash with a little bit of honey and goat cheese.
Yummy. Sorry for the bad video, but currently 93 in here.
93?
Yep. So the good news is both air conditioners are on. Already down to 91. When I started this thing it was 93. It's already down to 91. I set these air conditioners, first I did one on, then the microwave. That worked. Now I've turned this one on high cool, and this one originally was on low cool. That works. So now I've bumped them both up to high, which we were definitely not able to do before. And like in most RVs, if there's too much current being used, you'll see shed on one of them, which we saw a lot, and the circuit breaker would trip. So far, look, we're already down to 89. Yeah, buddy. So far this has worked. We'll keep watching it and see if that was the fix.
Yeah. I'm the director for this clip. So you might be wondering how we're even figuring out how hot it is inside the RV. I would just like to say that this redneck idea was fine. Remember?
Yep.
I got Justin a really cool barbecue set at Walmart for $7.50, and it came with a ton of stuff. He'll show you later. Anyway, it had this nifty meat thermometer.
Very sharp too on the wife gets out of hand.
You are terrible.
So what we've been doing is measuring the temperature in the RV. So we started, it was 93. That's how it was just sitting on the counter, it was 93. Now, most of the ductwork in these things is styrofoam in the top. So what I do is actually, there's a baby. Hi, baby. So what I do is actually put this guy inside the vent, let it sit there for about 5 minutes and see what temperature we actually can get down to. So right now we're at 75, slowly dropping. The outside temperature is about 90, what was it, 90 plus today?
Yeah.
So the outside I think was about 93, is our hottest day today here in San Diego. So now we're still at 75, so let this sit here for another couple minutes. Already down to 73.
Which is amazing considering I'm still